Assalamualaikum, sister. Thank you for writing into our live session. As I understand your situation, your father-in-law lives with you and your husband. You're from two different cultures, but you feel that as a revert, you try to do things more Islamically than culturally. And actually, that's how we're supposed to do things, right? There's lots of beautiful cultures, right? And very nice traditions and ways of doing things and, ways of cooking and dress and different, cultural enrichment that can be shared between various peoples, right? It's a beautiful thing. However, Islam is number one, right? And no matter what culture or tribe or part of the world we come from, when we come together as Muslims, we have the same practices and we have the same foundations, right? A lot of times culture, as beautiful as it is, can get in the way of Islam, and people oftentimes confuse Islam with culture and culture with Islam, right? And that can cause a lot of problems and hardship. Not only is it compromising, Islam, right, and the relationship with Allah, if there's haram things being done, but it leads to confusion, right? Because there's, a straight path in Islam that we follow. So we definitely have to follow Islam over culture if it's in contradiction. So in your situation, you said that before having your baby, you were very attentive to your father-in-law's needs with food, laundry, and tea, and things like that. But you're probably finding it difficult now to be so attentive to him because you had a baby, right? And naturally, your baby is the focus. You state that you do cook, but you no longer plate his food, and probably because you don't have time, right? You're taking care of your baby, you're doing things around the house, you're trying to take care of your husband as well as, your father-in-law. And he's probably, feeling a certain way, right? Because before you were probably spoiling him and treating him very well and attending to his every need. But now there's a baby in the home. And as a father, and now a grandfather, he should understand that, right? So perhaps, you could sit down and then speak with him. It sounds like you love him very much and you took very good care of him and you still do. But perhaps one time, when it's quiet and maybe the two of you are having tea, just like, let's tell him, just like, I really love you so much. And I feel bad that I can't be as attentive, but I have a baby now. And, you could kind of remind him when he had his children and saw how busy his wife was, right? Kind of make him feel, of course, loved and wanted, but also, remind him and make him think back of, when he had children, when him and his wife had children, how it was, right? And perhaps he'll begin to remember and understand what you may be going through now. Inshallah, he will. It just might take a conversation between the two of you when things are calm and easy, right? You state that he treats you like you're not taking good care of your baby as well, right? Especially when he hears your baby cry. And again, there's different parenting skills and different way of doing things. And I know you're a wonderful mother, but of course, he's coming from a different perspective. I'm sure he thinks you're a wonderful mother as well, but maybe he's quote unquote butting in too much, right? Maybe he's exerting his knowledge and authority that he deems necessary to instruct you on how to raise your child or how to attend to your baby. Unfortunately, this is kind of common when parents live with their children or children live with their parents. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes, mother-in-laws or father-in-laws Parents will try to impose, you know, rules or accusations, or try to tell a new mother or a new father how to do things and what to do. And they're well-meaning because they love you and they love the child, but sometimes it may seem overbearing when they don't really mean to be that way, right? So I'm sure that everything that is being done with love from your side and from his side. Unfortunately, though, you're losing your patience. And of course, you're a new mom. You're under a lot of stress as it is. And, the situation is not helping. It's just making it more difficult. And right now, like, since you just had your baby, I mean, it's time for you to just, like, take care of your baby, bond, try to get rest when you can, try to heal, you know. So inshallah, sister, please do have a talk with your father-in-law. I would suggest your husband, but he says you're being toxic when you bring these things up, which really doesn't make sense to me. But again, I don't know the whole story, but there's nothing toxic about you talking about what hurts you or what doesn't feel good to you emotionally, right? Because you have every right to be able to, live in your home and feel comfortable and feel good and feel valued. So, inshallah, just, when things are calm and nice, just, have a talk with your father-in-law and just assure him how much, you love him and you appreciate his input, but ... And then you can fill in the blanks about how you feel, right? And again, do it in a loving way. Don't be, angry or accusatory or sounding exasperated, right? Because then he won't listen, right? But if you approach him with love and just assure him that you love him and assure him that he's valued and needed in the home as well, and very important in his grandchild's life, you may see some changes in him. We wish you the best.